Hi everyone, we're going to take a little bit of a break from talking about my ultimate favourites and affordable favourites just for this video because I have a few things I need to get off my chest. There's been some disastrous beauty products brought to market in 2022. A lot of them I have had the displeasure of trying. Now, some of these products just didn't work for me or weren't my preference. Doesn't mean that you're not going to like them or you don't like them and have them in your current makeup or skincare routine at the moment, and that is absolutely fine. Some of them I just can't see working on anybody and they just baffle me. Why? Anyway, we're going to be talking about those products today. I did a video all about the worst beauty of 2022 so far that I think went live in August. Some of the products that are featured in that video are also going to feature in this video today, but it is not a carbon copy of that video, so there will be added items added into the mix. So just thought I would let you all know, just in case, you know, we start off with one of those products and you all click off. If you're new here, hi everyone, my name's Gemma. I upload new content on YouTube every single week and we are in the favourites of 2022 series at the moment. This one isn't for favourites, but there will be some more to come. So if you don't want to miss any of those videos, please make sure you've clicked the like button, the subscribe button, and also the notification bell. So let's jump into the first product. And I don't often use the word hate on my channel because I think it's a little strong, you know. I dislike things, some things don't work for me, some things I don't see the point in, but I could possibly use this word to describe this product. Not gonna, but you all know what I'm thinking, so there we go. I really don't like this next product. In fact, I don't have it to show you, to swatch on the back of my hand, to show you the shades that I bought because I really disliked it so much that I sent them all back. And this is one major positive from this brand. I'm talking about Charlotte Tilbury. The Charlotte Tilbury brand in the UK, if you didn't know anything about the policies in the UK, the laws in the UK, when you buy a product from anywhere, if you open it and you use it, in fact, even if you open it, if you don't use it, even if it's opened, you can't then return it to get your money back. So we don't have that policy that you have in the US and other parts of the world where you can go try a makeup item or a skincare item, and if it doesn't suit your skin or you just don't like it, you can return it. So it's one of those purchases that is risk-free. We don't have that here, other than for Charlotte Tilbury, and I thank the brand with all my heart for having that policy in place because these next products were utter rubbish. And I could not wait to return them to get my money back, just to make a point. So I'm going to have to ask Christina to put a picture of the product up here for you because I don't have it to share with you, although I'm sure you've already guessed which product it is. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Eyes to Mesmerize, and it is dire, absolutely dire. These are hard, these are like clay. When you apply these to the lid, they drag the lid, then they don't buff out, they stick in place, so they go really patchy. There is just nothing I like about these products apart from the return policy. So I know a couple of my subscribers really like these products. They get a lot out of them and they use them on a daily basis. They've told me before, if you just add a little bit of oil into the mix, they're absolutely beautiful. Warm them up on the back of your hand. They spread on the eyelids really beautifully. So if you do still have yours and you want to give that a go, by all means, that may be the recipe to success. But if I have to do too much to a product that should already be perfect, if I've spent that much money on it, in a morning, I just know I'm not going to do it. It's just too much faff for me. No, I shouldn't have to add things to the mix to make a product work. And that's my 2 penneth on that. I'm going to shut up now because I could go on about this product all day. I like a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury products. It's not all Charlotte Tilbury products I'm bashing. But this one, I have no idea whose bright idea it was to say that these were ready, tick the box, and put these out to market because they are by no means quality ready for people to buy. And they've been on sale now for quite a long time, which has shocked me even more because I thought these would go on sale, everybody would say how bad they were, which, you know, they are, and then they would be discontinued. Watch this space. I mean, it might happen in 2023, who knows? Moving on to the next product fail. These again are a Cream Pot eyeshadow. These are from e.l.f. and these are the No Budge cream eyeshadows. I actually, in all credit to e.l.f., don't think these are as bad as the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Eyes to Mesmerize. However, I still can't get these to work properly for me. I can do if I spend a good half an hour trying to get my eye makeup perfect, but I don't really have the time for that. Who does? So these are actually quite a nice consistency when you dip your finger in. They do dry out quite quickly though, which is my main issue. So once you've got them on the lid, even if you put these on the back of your hand and warm it up first, then you can apply these with your finger, with a brush, with a little bit of a sponge. They're very difficult to maneuver on the eyelid and really work with because they dry down so quickly. And because of that, sometimes they can look quite patchy on the eye, and it's just difficult to buff it out without making your eye a little bit sore. And you know, I'm all about not making my eyes a little bit sore. It's just not something that I want to be doing. So I have 3 shades in this and they're all stunning. They all really are beautiful, just like the Matte Eyes to Mesmerize from Charlotte Tilbury. Great shade selection. These are lovely, lovely shades. But if I can't get something to work for me after 3 different tries of washing it off and trying it again with a primer, without a primer, powdered, non-powdered, yeah, it's just a no-go for me. So although these are affordable, and I'm not as mad at these as I was the Charlotte Tilbury products, which by the way, I bought 3 shades of and they are pricey. These at least were worth a go because they were inexpensive, but they were still a waste for me because I'm not going to use them. So it's a shame. It is a shame. And again, usually I love e.l.f. products, just not these. Not these. If you are wanting something that's really quick and easy to do and easier to blend out, they do have some shadow sticks at e.l.f. which are far easier to blend out than these pot shadows, and I think more hygienic after you've had them for a while, because just consider the amount of bacteria that you're actually transferring into the pot, out of the pot, onto the lid constantly as you're dipping in and out. So yeah, I much prefer the shadow sticks rather than the pots of shadows. So whilst we're talking about eyeshadows, why not do another one? This is again another affordable one. Now this is the only shade I've tried in this, but I really don't like the texture of this product and I don't like how it blends out for the opposite reason of the other 2 products that have just come before this. So this is the Rimmel Wonder Cloud All Day Wear Soft Shadow. It's a mousse-like consistency. It's like a whipped consistency, which is strange in itself. It looks more like an eyeshadow primer rather than an actual shadow to me. The problem that I have with this, and let me see if I can show you on the back of my hand. So this whipped consistency takes a while to dry down, which again, the opposite to the previous 2 products. But even when you start to blend this out, this blends into nothingness. And yeah, it just sort of sits in like a powder form and it just doesn't show up at all. Now, I thought it might be the shade that I got, because obviously this is quite close to my skin tone, and so I went into store and swatched a really dark shade on the back of my hand and I had exactly the same situation going on. So it blends into pretty much nothingness, and then because it takes quite a while to dry down, because I am of a certain age and have more eyelid crinkles and folds, this just moved very, very easily and created those eyelid lines that is just not flattering. This was a major, major fail for me, which is again a shame because it is an affordable product. Just one of those things. So we're talking about the Dove Dermis Summer Revived Body Mousse once again. This is a medium to dark gradual self-tan mousse, and in my opinion, and all of the things that I say in this video are my opinion and my opinion alone, please don't all come for me in the comment section. This is such a bad product, I wanted to warn you against buying it again. Obviously, We're all big people here, we can make our own decisions, but number one, this doesn't have a guide colour, and I know that is not a big problem for everybody. In fact, that is a positive for some people that like to apply their fake tans before they go to bed. If you have white sheets, if it doesn't have a guide colour, that guide colour isn't going to transfer onto your white sheets. I completely get it. I am learning from you every single day of the week, so thank you for those of you that pointed that out to me during the best fake tan video that I did with my mum. However, the colour that this sent my mum when she first started using it was the brightest shade of tangerine, and this went patchy and streaky, and it just was not pleasant or flattering in any sense of the word. I then thought it was only, must have been a couple of months ago now, so as it was starting to turn into autumn and I was still really wanting to hang on to that summer vibe, I thought, what harm will it do? I'm gonna try it. Oh my goodness. No. Yeah. Donald Trump springs to mind. Oompa Loompa is another one. Yeah, no. Very, very orange. I will not be making the same mistake. I put this in the naughty bin drawer to bring out again for this video today. It will be going in the bin now. I'm not even going to give this to somebody unless they do something to really offend me, and then maybe I'll gift it to them over Christmas. So let's just talk about this little beauty from Nimya. Nimya, if you weren't aware, is Nikki Tutorials' own brand, and I adore Nikki Tutorials. She is an absolute wizard with makeup. She is so talented. What she can do with makeup is spectacular. She's so creative, and I absolutely love her. Anyway, this is one of her products. I wanted to get my hands on at least a couple of her products, you know, just to show support. And I was really excited because I just assumed, because she'd brought them out, they must be absolutely amazing. And unfortunately, with one of them, I was correct. I love the Nimya little mini fan. It has saved me the repetitive strain injury from pretentious wafting. Absolute lifesaver. But this one, the Set It Forget It setting spray, I'm having a hard time forgetting this. It haunts my dreams. I used this in a video where I was trying out new makeup, and I was devastated because my makeup looked so lovely and it was ruined by the final product that I applied to my skin. And I only had two options once I'd applied this. I either went out looking like a drowned rat, or I took the entire face off and did it all again. Now, I tried to do the first one, but it didn't last for very long. So this is a setting spray, and it changes the look of your makeup. For me, this is a really dewy setting spray. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting something more matte that didn't change, more like a translucent setting spray, and I didn't get what I was expecting. I thought I had applied too much of this. I thought it was my fault at first, but I've tried this again several times since on days where I knew I wasn't leaving the house and got exactly the same reaction to it. So yeah, this makes me look like I have been and done a 3-hour gym workout and forgotten to take a towel. It looks sweaty on me, and it is such a shame because I seriously want to love it, and I really don't. Another one for the bin. So this concealer from Milk Makeup is probably going to be one of those products that features in this video that is a preference thing. It's not that the formula of this, the ingredients in this are really bad. It's just that this really didn't suit my dry under eyes at all. This is called the Future Fluid, and for me it was the future of bad creasing under eyes. Very, very dry, very, very powdery. I looked 10 years older when I had this on my skin, and that was enough for me to say enough is enough. Absolutely not. We are not having this here. Go away. Not only that, I didn't think the coverage of this was up to much, and the coverage faded throughout the day. And you may have heard me say this before, in one of these videos because I got the exact same reaction from the Dior Backstage concealers and I was devastated. Sheer devastation. Now these two products aren't cheap and I bought 2 of the Dior Backstage concealers because I thought I was going to absolutely adore them because I adore the Dior Backstage foundation. Turns out these are nothing like. Absolutely nothing like. Why have they called this the Dior Backstage Concealer? I have absolutely no idea. It's false marketing, I'll tell you. False marketing. I need to calm down. I've talked about the Dior Backstage Concealers before. They do exactly the same as this. They turn into like a powdery consistency underneath the eyes, and because it's powder, it doesn't last all day. So the coverage of the concealer diminishes as the day goes on. And also because it's quite powdery, makes my under eyes look incredibly dry, sits in my dryness, emphasizes my dryness, just looks a mess, an absolute mess. So I do know a lot of people that love this. I'm not one of them. Can you tell? Let's move on. Let's move on to happier things. Oh, it's a fail video. It's not gonna happen. Now this next product, the Bronzing Face Frosting from Pink Honey, is another one of those products that isn't a bad product per se. It's just not my preference. So this isn't a bad formula. There's no real nasties in the product formula. So unless you're really irritated by a lot of makeup products, you're probably not going to get irritated by this on your skin either. I just got very, very frustrated that this was majorly overhyped to be the best bronzer ever, when in my opinion, I don't think it is. And again, it is only my opinion. There was a time on TikTok, and things have evolved slightly now, where the only way you could earn money was by promoting products. And the product selection on TikTok Shop was extremely limited. So there was only a very small selection, of which the Pink Honey products were part of that selection. So, you know, ultimately everybody jumped on the Pink Honey products and said that they were the best thing ever, when in fact they were nice products, but they were, you know, being oversold, if you get my meaning. Now here on YouTube, we have absolutely everything, the whole world of products to choose from, and we can pretty much say what we want. I say things are bad, I say things are mediocre, I say things are fantastic. Rather disappointed when I tried it and thought, well, it's just a bronzer. It's not gonna make me a cup of tea in the morning. I don't drink tea actually, so that's not a problem. It's not gonna mow my lawn. I have fake grass. That doesn't matter either, but you get my meaning. It's not an all singing, all dancing bronzer. It's a perfectly nice bronzer. I don't particularly like the shade selection. I definitely got the wrong shade, which is my fault, not the brand's fault. It blends out quite nicely. I did find it a little bit patchy in places. I didn't also think that it lasted a really long time on my skin. It went very shiny throughout the day. So I was just a little bit disappointed. Maybe I should have been more skeptical to start off with, I don't know anyway. It has made me not want to buy anything from TikTok Shop again. In fact, I don't think I have since I bought all these. Lesson learned. Next product I want to talk about is from Lancome. Have you ever seen a more beautiful packaged mascara in your life? This is glass, which is slightly impractical. It's extremely heavy, but it is very, very beautiful to look at. I find the product really disappointing, but the packaging wows me every single time I see it. Okay, so let's just talk about this mascara. This is the Hypnose 8 mascara. And yeah, I just don't really get this. I understand the concept. This is supposed to give you length. It's also supposed to give you volume, all whilst having a serum within the formula that is going to hydrate and nourish and really promote that lash growth whilst you're wearing the mascara. All of that I can get on board with. Unfortunately, this doesn't give me length and it also doesn't give me volume, and regardless of how long I kept this for and how many times I tried it over the last couple of months, I just can't get this to work for me. It's a really nice colour though. Ultra black, makes my lashes stand out, but they look very thin and wiry and just not full and fluttery at all, which is a shame. This also, because of the serum, I'm guessing, within the formula, keeps my lashes very, very bendable, which I like. I am not getting at that because you know how I absolutely hate crunchy lashes and ones that when you touch them, they feel like they're going to break. You don't get that with this. However, because it doesn't dry down 100%, transfers absolutely everywhere, and no amount of powder on my upper lids or on the backs of the lashes will keep this at bay for me, even in the cold UK climates. I am going to stick to wearing an eyelash serum in the evening and keep it out of my mascara. I do like a nourishing, hydrating mascara, but not one that transfers everywhere, and I do like my mascara to give me fluttery, long, voluminous lashes, which this does not do. So it's a real shame. Love the packaging though, it's really, really beautiful. So let's move on to the final product within this video. This is from Hello Sunday and it's the Retouch one. It's an SPF, it's got an SPF of 30 in here, and it's a spray mist that you can apply over the top of your makeup. A mist to me is for reapplication. I would never in a million years apply a mist to my skin for SPF purposes before makeup, because you're not getting a full coverage with a mist. You're just not. Unless you pump it into the palm of your hand and then apply it to the skin like that, you're just not getting an even coverage, which means if you're not getting an even coverage, you're not getting even protection. So an SPF mist for me is used solely for over the top of makeup, for reapplication of SPF when you have a full face of makeup that you just don't want to take off, reapply a cream SPF, and then apply makeup on over the top. That's the sole purpose of a spray SPF for me. This just does not work as an over makeup spray, for the main reason that this looks hideous over the top of my makeup. It makes me look, well, actually pretty similar to the Nimya setting spray. It's one of those, once again, makes me look like I'm very, very sweaty and maybe I've just jumped in a pool and got out. It's that sort of look. However, this also has another issue with it that I take umbrage with when this is supposed to be used over makeup. So this melts my makeup. I don't know what's in this, but you can actually physically see my makeup dissolve off my skin once I've sprayed this over the top. Now you're going to need a decent amount of mist to get the extra coverage that you need. Otherwise, why bother? So yeah, I did put quite a bit on this, but I have used it since in lower quantities and had the same effect. So disappointing, because I do love to find a more affordable face mist with an SPF to top up my SPF protection throughout the day, so I'm not just leaving it to my once in the morning cream SPF application and then just hoping for the best throughout the day. But it's definitely not going to be this one, and if I wasn't wearing makeup, I wouldn't be reapplying my SPF in mist form. I would be reapplying a cream SPF because it offers way more protection and better coverage. Fail on the highest level, that is what this is. If you've had great success with this product though, or in fact any of the products that I've mentioned in this video, I'd really love to hear from you in the comment section. So if you really like any of these products, like I've said, this is only my personal opinion and everyone is different. Please let me know in the comment section. Also, if you have the same opinion as me, if you've had similar problems with the products that I've talked about in this video, let me know also. I really hope you found this video helpful. I haven't featured all of the products that I featured in the previous video in this video because I wanted it to be as different as possible. There were a selection in here, but if you did miss the previous video and you're wanting to see what other products I thought were just bad, I'll link it over here for you so you can watch it after this one. I hope you've enjoyed this video and hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.